I love daily Bible readers, but it is better to be a daily Bible student, to get into the Word of God every day. Let's look at our passage for today's study. Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 5. If you have raced with men on foot and they have worn you out, how can you compete with horses? If you stumble in a safe country, how will you manage in the thickets by the Jordan? Let me tell you the plain meaning of this verse. Here it is. Everybody faces trouble, but you need to get into your trouble with perspective. This is the story of racing with men or racing with horses. It is a military question. Go back to those times 3,000 years ago and imagine that you are in a battle with an enemy soldier and you're fighting with him and you're fighting with them, and you finally just say, I can't win this battle. And so you go back and run and run and run to try to get away from him. Just as you think you're about to drop, not making it to ground, you look back and he's joined by some of his friends, but they're not racing on foot. They're racing on horses. If you think you had it bad racing with men on foot, imagine how bad it is when you're having to race with men on horses. Now, what this verse challenges us to do is to ask ourselves, when we're facing trouble, are you racing with footmen or are you racing with horses? Let's put this in language that we understand a little better. Are you having an all-night toothache? Or are you having a cancer scare? Did you just have a flat tire on a busy freeway at the wrong time of day? Or are you facing the death of a child? This verse challenges us to not awfulize everything. Maybe you're not familiar with that word awfulize, but it really means everything that happens just as the most awful thing you can ever imagine. Every problem you face. Like one lady told my friend, nobody has as many troubles as I have. Well, yes, they do. You just don't understand it. As my kids were growing up and we were driving down the road, whenever an ambulance would pass by on the highway, sirens howling, I would tell my kids, somebody really is having a hard day. Here's the takeaway. Don't forget, race with men on foot. You're always going to have troubles. But do not fear the men on horses. Remember, he is able to do immeasurably more than we can ask or think. He is always here to help us. Yes, I love daily Bible readers, but I am glad that today you were a student of the Word. This verse will be by your side to help you in your Christian walk.